Hi dear friends, now we have completed the introduction to the tenses. Once again in this lecture, what precisely we will deal, that is formations of the tenses. Now this is a sort of revision. If at all there is a mistake while you were taking down the notes, you can now rectify your errors. Yes, dear friends. What all things that we covered during our learnings of tenses, we will try to summarize them. We have mainly 12 different tenses. It is divided into 3 different parts, that is of present, okay, past, future. So respectively we have simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, present perfect continuous tense, past simple past tense, past continuous, past perfect continuous tense. We have simple future, future continuous, future perfect and future perfect continuous tense. So respectively these 12 tenses we have already seen in an introduction. Now, before we began, to introduce the tenses, we had written down a sentence. I would like to rewrite that and want you to pay attention, because still there are a few people who make mistakes, so they do not know when and how certain things to be used. So go back to the sentence formations, divided sentence into main parts, and then we narrowed down our topic and we came to to be very, very precise and how to give proper correct sentences in tenses. So the sentence was, there can never be a sentence in the tenses without an action. Yeah, this is yes. There can never be a sentence in the tenses without an action. So as time has been divided into 12 different parts, before starting, as I gave you the examples that I am talking to you, you are listening to me, you are taking down your notes, perhaps you heard or you watched some of my videos, you shall be watching my videos. All these different actions have got different contextual meaning, but all are in a particular time and action oriented. Action oriented. And without action, there cannot be sentences of the tenses, and if there are actions, they will always take place in a particular time. And that's how I am standing now. You prepared for your lecture. So all these things you can use in either in past, in present or in future. So my dear friends, any of your action, if you want to mention, you have to mention through 12 tenses. Therefore, we can have always this thing in mind, we should be rather, that there can never be, you cannot have any sentence of the tenses without an action. Okay? Yes. Now, we had also seen some of the things why verbs precisely. We had also written down parts of speech. There are 8 of them. Okay, 8 parts of speech that we have written down. Okay, we'll just, it is noun, okay, then pronoun, verb, adverb. Now it is not in option, okay, but they are there. Okay, then we have adjective, we have preposition, okay, we have conjunction, and we have interjection. So all these 8 parts of speech, they, now for a speech here is not given on the occasion by a dignitary, but speech is the sentence here. And therefore, when you have these sentences in your mind, if you want to use with action, it will always have a time and it will go to the tense. So that is an interlinked kind of mystery. Okay? So as now you are in your 9th standard, perhaps tomorrow you will be in your 11th and 12th and so on and so forth after 10th, not obvious. But what happens, my dear friends, you will learn these things proper and you shall, you shall not make, or you will not be able to make any mistakes, because these tenses will definitely creep into yourself. So that's why, my dear friends, you need to learn all these things precisely now at this very moment. Okay, so after that what we have to take is the verb. Okay, now verb we also have different 2 things. So that is like helping verb and main verb. Okay, in main verb again what we had is V1, it's just like to sing. We had V2, it's like sang because of the past tense. We had V3 and it was sung. So all these 3 forms were used there. Did you understand, dear friends? So you can have your understanding. Mainly, verb is an action word of the tenses and sentences. Now verb can be divided in different places. If it is from the present point of view, then we will have perhaps am, is, are. You can go back to your videos, you can go back to your notes when we had given the introduction to the sentence and parts of the sentences. When we learned, we had divided respectively subject, verb and object. And in that what we had is that. Did you understand, dear friends? Yes. So verb, now it is there. Okay. So verb had been divided into 2, the helping verb and main verb. And after that what you have is, it is in present tense and past tense, or perhaps in future tense. And now what you can have is again the active formation. Let me get the duster, dear friends. So in active and passive formations. Okay. We should definitely have basic ideas how the sentences they work. Okay, so in that what we had is main verb, auxiliary verb. Now we came to, after main verb and auxiliary verb, what we came, that is active formation and passive formation. Okay, so now how active formations they play a role and how are they changed into passive formations. And for your kind information, in order to make passive, we always have V3. Now V3, which means it is past participle. Okay? Past participle form of the main verb. So suppose for example we have sing as the example, then sang and sung needs to be used here. It is this. Okay? Yes. Now after these, there was another question which was for most of us confusing one, because some of us, when I asked you to write the examples, you wrote that she went to Ahmedabad. Okay? Now, in that I told you, dear friends, that verb can be of different two types, that is transitive. Transitive and intransitive. Now you see transitive, which means it can go and it can take the subject. But here it cannot go and take the subject from the object's point of view. And that's where I gave you example of someone going to Ahmedabad. So suppose if you want, you take for an example, there is a boy called Mohan or Ramesh. So Mohan went to Ahmedabad. So Ahmedabad was gone by Mohan. You cannot say. You can go to a place, the place will not be able to come to you. Okay, so that is an intransitive verb. The bird is flying in the air. The bird is flying in the air. The air is being flown. No, it looks very funny. So there are some verbs, they cannot be changed into passive. So they are intransitive, dear friends. Okay. Now in verb, once again what you need to understand, the verb can be of many types. Okay. And in that what we had seen is gerund. What is a gerund? So suppose singing. Alright. Now why am I teaching you these two forms, gerund, and you will also have the infinitive. What is infinitive? Will tell you. So any verb which has got suffix sing-ing or ing as suffix, okay, or for listening. So again, okay. Take for an example, I will prepare an example for you. Okay. Swimming is a good exercise. Swimming is a good exercise. Now here if you take for an example, which is the main verb, so many of us would say swimming. No, my dear friends. Swimming here just taken as an action word. It is not the main verb. Main verb here in this sentence is. Walking is good for health. So is the main verb. Walking here used as a sort of subject, and in order to begin, that is shown, but it is walking. It is not you are walking or she is walking. Okay. So walking here or singing or swimming here is a sort of just showing the action word. Okay. It is not the action verb in itself. Okay. Yes. The verb is here. So same thing you need to understand. So these sort of sentences are used when we have simple, complex and compound sentences. So once again, when we learn, dear friends, simple, complex and compound sentences, this is going to be of a great help. What is a gerund? Okay. And after that what you have is an infinitive. Same thing. Again, that is a sort of verb. But in gerund we added ing. Infinitive starts with to, the original, to give, okay, or to sit, or to come, whatever. But when you have used a sentence using infinitive form of the verb, then it is an infinitive. Again, this is used in order to make simple sentences. So simple sentences, it is, let us not anticipate. Okay, we don't want to learn that in advance, but when it comes to us, in order to make simple from complex or compound, in simple sentence there is always one, just to keep in our mind. Some of you will be knowing, but it is still good that we know now itself that in a simple sentence there will only be one verb, and if there are two verbs, one verb will be divided into either an infinitive or a gerund. So swim, okay, swimming is good exercise. We here use a gerund. To give due respect, to the soldiers of our army is our duty. Okay, or to give, now to give here, to give due respect to our army is our duty. So that again, to give, when the verb has been taken in the form of infinitive, here this again will not be counted as the main verb. This is just for an example, my dear friends, and this is for you to know that there are a lot of different things. So do not get confused when there are things with gerund, okay, when there are things with the ing, when there are things with to, and sometimes try to analyze each and every word, and that's what these things are doing. In the previous slides of just I wiped out the board, the 8 parts of speech are very much important. Any sentence when you write down, post-mortem the sentence. You just murder the sentence, that's fine, okay, unless and until you murder someone, okay, that is completely unhealthy for the society. Okay, let's not get into the anti-social element, but you can always go for a murder of the sentence when you are learning something grammatically. Because when you murder, it would, directly go for a post-mortem. You have to go for each and every part. Okay, yes, so that is an adjective, that is an adverb. Okay, what sort of noun it is. Okay, it is a collective noun or demonstrative noun, common noun or proper noun. So each and every minute detail will be taken to us. So in formations of the tenses, there are a lot of other things. Okay, people understand just the formations are just like subject, verb and object. No, it is not so, dear friends. So there are a lot of other things which we need to always keep in mind. So for instance, now you have got into the head of yours that there can never be a sentence without an action in the tenses. What is an infinitive, what is a gerund, you understood what is a transitive word, what is an intransitive verb. So all these things before writing down, okay, before completing the tenses and formations, let us know all these things. Thank you very much.